Hey guys, I hope all is well with everyone. Oh, let me grab my cards here. I have, I was using index cards, but now I'm using, if you know what Rolodex is, I'm using the good old Rolodex cards. I found a Rolodex in the house, so I figured instead of chucking it out, reutilize it. So let's see, we're looking at an update between Jungkook and Taehyung. Can you give us an update between Taehyung and Jungkook, please? Excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry for that. An update on Taehyung and Jungkook, please. Jungkook and Taehyung, please. An update. An update on Taehyung. Thank you. So here we have the Hanged Man, which is where somebody hangs himself upside down intentionally to try to see things from another perspective, another angle. Sometimes to try to understand things from another point of view. Sorry. There you are. Interesting. At the bottom of the deck here, we have the Page of Swords, which the Page of Swords represents like a type of inspection, being watching from afar, obtaining information. Seems like learning something from hanging oneself to see something from another perspective. Can you give us an update about Taehyung and Jungkook? The relationship between Taehyung and Jungkook, please. Can you give us an update on the relationship? Ooh, thank you. Excuse me. I feel like there's something like stuck in my throat. Oh wow. Okay. 10 of Cups, 10 of Wands. Wow. And the World card. So the 10 of Cups represents having absolute happiness. At times it can be like family fulfillment. But all in all, it's like the happiest card in the Minor Arcana. Not to mention we also have another 10 next to it, which the 10 of Wands represents things that are weighing heavy on one's shoulders. It's like a burden. It's hard to move forward when there's 10 of Wands involved, but it's in between two good cards. So I'm really seeing a change here with this burden, what's weighing heavy on them. Because after the 10 of Wands, we have the World card, which the World card represents a change, a completion and a change. So it looks like they're obtaining some type of happiness here by seeing, like having an agreement, seeing things from a different point of view. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Star card. The Star card represents a few things. It can represent celebrity. It can also represent hopes and desires, the wishes, what you wish to fulfill. Let's see what's behind it. Okay. Now we're back at the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is where you're learning from afar. So there's some type of spying, watching from afar. But you're learning from this, from doing that type of action. So that's kind of what I'm really picking up here, is a type of learning out of this. What is behind Page of Swords? The King of Swords. Male energy, air sign. It's air sign energy. But it also represents like logic and using your head. Also making finalized decisions too. So it's almost like this, like a growing up change here, like realizing, because we also have the Hangman with the Page of Swords, and the Page of Swords was at the bottom of the deck. If you go back, I believe it was at the bottom of the deck when the Hangman came out. So I'm really picking up that there is a growth here, and they're being able to have some type of mutual understanding here. Finding happiness in the burdens. The World card can also represent public as well. At times travel. So behind the King of Swords, we have the Knight of Cups. Which the Knight of Cups has the water energy, but which has emotion to it. But the Knight of Cups is the knight that comes and brings a message. Something that has emotion in this message. It can be good, bad. Let's draw from the top here. So, from the top, we have the Judgment card, Queen of Swords, Seven of Cups, and ending with the Chariot. The Judgment card represents some type of opportunity being called, being risen. The Judgment card can also represent like a type of calling, something being rebirthed, excuse me. And then the Queen of Swords is female energy, air sign as well. It's interesting we have the King and Queen Swords. The Queen of Swords is the queen that is using her logic and knowledge and wisdom to make decisions. Now, we drew this from the top of the deck. What we drew with the King was from the bottom of the deck. So this looks like something that's current, and the bottom just might be the future. So, because, with the Queen, you're thinking, you're using your knowledge and wisdom, your learning experience to make a decision. And then you get to the King of Swords and you're making that finalized decision. That's why I say what I said. Anyways, the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups represents a project, something that's being worked on, but also a project that has to be picked and focused on. But again, it has to be something that's meant for their journey. Because then we have the number 7 of the major arcana, which is the Chariot. It has Cancer energy, but it's also the fastest card in the tarot deck, but also the fastest card in the major arcana. So there's movement here with this project that they're contemplating on. They're thinking about using their wisdom, about their knowledge, inner knowledge. And they're taking the chances and the opportunity here. And there's movement. So it looks like they are working with each other here and finding happiness. How do they feel each other? How do they feel about each other? Words are important, aren't they? How does Jungkook and Taehyung feel about each other, please? How does Taehyung and Jungkook feel about each other? How does Taehyung and Jungkook feel about each other? How does Taehyung and Jungkook feel about each other? There's a few that came out. I'll tell you what we have, then I'll describe them. So we start off with the 5 of Swords, followed by the 6 of Pentacles, 6 of Cups, the 2 of Cups, and the Sun card. This is very beautiful, to be honest with you. So, the 5 of Swords can represent defeat. It can also represent like working on getting over what you have going on in your mind. Almost like the skeletons in your closet. Then we have the 6 of Pentacles, which is something that's been handed out as a gift. The Pentacles represent finance, something wealthy, something also that it can be materialistic. But what's interesting is we have another 6. 6 is after 5. 5 represents a change, so 6 is seeing results after that change. Unless 6 also represents love as well. The 6 of Cups represents memories, past memories. Can be like childhood or can be something childish. But it's more of the memories, really, the past memories, something of the past. Here we have their 2 of Cups, which represents a relationship, some type of union. And then we have the Sun card, which is the happiest card in the major arcana. It's the happiest card in the whole deck. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Pentacles. I feel like this is a little bit of confirmation here about what we asked in the beginning. The Ace of Pentacles represents a big gain, a big handout, a big one. Something that's very useful. How does Jungkook and Taehyung feel about each other? It looks like they're making creative and beautiful decisions together because we have our Empress here. So the Empress represents beauty. It can also represent nurturing. The creativity, something being created. Something is beautiful. Then we have the 2 of Swords at the bottom of the deck, which the 2 of Swords represents making a blind decision. Trying to make, it's kind of like a risky decision. But it looks like they're feeling pretty good about each other right now. They seem to be working with each other at the moment. Will Jungkook and Taehyung be friends in the future? If you're enjoying so far, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button, I greatly appreciate it. Will Taehyung and Jungkook be friends in the future? I'm not taking that much at once. Will Taehyung and Jungkook be friends in the future? So, we're starting off with the King of Wands, which I feel like is always coming out in their readings at some point. The King of Wands can represent a lot of things. It's male energy, fire sign. It can also represent the Emperor comes out, I'll say it's something else, but the King of Wands can represent leadership, strategically planning to move forward. And then we have our Knight of Wands, which is charging forward. He's a knight. He's the fastest knight in the deck. And so he charges into things. And what's interesting enough is that we have the Fool's card here, which represents a new beginning. And also it is the most optimistic card in the deck. It's about taking leaps of faith into something. Will Jungkook and Taehyung be friends in the future? So it looks like, okay, so I'm sorry. I feel like I'm always all over the place. So what came out was the Six of Pentacles, which is somebody handing something out. And the Pentacles represent materialistic things, can also be some with money. There's some type of gain, but there's some type of handout here. And then we have our Ten of Wands, which the Ten of Wands represents things weighing heavily on one's shoulders, as though it's a burden, creating a hardship. So whoever or whatever this King of Wands is coming in fast. And it's going to create a new beginning for them. It's going to affect their future here, it seems as though, because we're asking about their future together, correct? And so this new journey is like handing out like this whole new burden. Will Jungkook and Taehyung be friends in the future? Will Jungkook and Taehyung be friends in the future? Son of a monkey. Alright, we're taking those. Okay. Oops. These swords are coming up. So we have our Four of Cups here, which represent empathy,